Hi, Bill Russell here from CrossFit Cleveland and Rocky River with your workout details for your at-home workout for Tuesday, April 21st. You've got two WOD Tuesday. You've got two fast and furious workouts coming back to back. First, you'll start out with a warm-up for about 8 minutes. Do Samson Stretch, 15 seconds with the right side, and then 15 seconds with your left side, followed by 15 butt kickers, right and left equals 1, 15 jumping jacks, and 10 push-ups with a shoulder tap right and left at the top of each plank, and 10 air squats. You'll do that routine for 8 minutes. In your third pass of the air squats, if you want to use a little bit of weight to get you prepped and primed for the workout, you're welcome to do that, but do an air squat for the first 1 or 2 rounds. Your first workout for 2 WOD Tuesday is an 8-minute AMRAP. You're going to be doing 1-arm thrusters, 1-arm bent over rows, and weighted sit-ups. You'll start out with 10 1-arm thrusters with the weight in your right hand. And then you'll do 10 bent over rows with the weight in that same hand. You'll switch to 10 1-arm thrusters with the weight in your left, and then 10 bent over rows with that weight in your left. And then using that same weight, 10 weighted sit-ups. That's 1 round. You'll do that fast and furious for 8 minutes. Then you'll rest exactly 2 minutes and continue with WOD 2, which is 5 rounds for time, of 10 weighted step-ups, right and left, equals 1, so that's 20 total step-ups holding the same weight you used in workout number 1. And then 5 double squat burpees. That's 2 air squats, drop down into a burpee, jump up, clap overhead, that's 1 rep. So you'll begin that second workout when your time clock hits 10 minutes. And you'll call time when you're done with 5 rounds. Your cool down, spend 3 or 4 minutes with our stretch complex of a scorpion stretch, cobra stretch, into a child's pose. As always, we've got movement demonstrations to follow, and they will be in the order that they were mentioned. First the warm-up movements, then the workout movements, followed by the stretch complex. So when you're ready, after you're warmed up, set a clock, and 3, 2, 1, go. Have a great Tuesday.
Samson Stretch. So, Samson Stretch, you want to put both your feet facing forward, and you want to square your hips off so that they're facing whichever way you're facing. We're going to take our hands, clasp your hands, bring them up and over your head. This is just a light stretch to start the blood flowing. Some people you'll see will do this with a deep lunge. We're not doing that here today. We're just getting that nice stretch through your hip flexors, so you're into your shoulders, and just hold it for about 10 seconds on each side. I wasn't counting, but I'm going to switch sides. Again, remember, both feet facing forward. You can go as wide as you need or as narrow, and making sure that you're getting that hip flexor opened up in this stretch. Butt kickers, just get your legs up and down, right, left is 1. If that's too much for you, step it back. Just get moving, right? Get the blood flowing.
Hand release push-ups with a shoulder tap, right and left. You're going to get into a push-up position, nice straight plank or a little bit of a hollow body. You're going to do a hand release push-up all the way down, release your hands and up, and then shoulder tap right, shoulder tap left is 1 rep. Back down, come up, right and left. Now whether you tap same side, opposite side, we don't care, whatever your flexibility allows. If you need to warm up from your knees, push-up looks like this. Down, release my hands, pick my shoulders up, bring my body into a plank, tap right, tap left. And try to stay as square as you can and not twisting in your torso. That's part of the challenge.
On body weight squats, Your feet should be shoulder distance apart, and the weight should be in the back. You don't want you to come up onto your toes. So you're gonna start by taking your hips and sinking them back. I like to take my hands up, so I'm making sure I keep my chest up, the weight is in my heels, and I'm gonna pull it up. If you're not able to get to that low of a depth, take a chair or a box behind you, most likely a chair, because we're at home, right? And you're just gonna tap and go. If you need to sit, you're gonna come straight up, or you could just tap and go. It's ensuring that you're below parallel. I'm gonna demonstrate thrusters for you today. Yes, I'm at home, and yes, I am in my slippers. A thruster is a weighted front squat, and you're gonna push it overhead into a push press. You wanna be explosive on that movement, and you want your ears to be showing through what we call the window. All right, I'm gonna start with my kettlebell. This is the heaviest object I have. It's the most awkward. If you have dumbbells, that would be my first recommendation. I don't have dumbbells here, but if I did, this is what it would look like. I would be holding them right here on my shoulders, and then you're just gonna keep all the way down into that front rack and push all the way up. Let that weight carry you right back down and all the way back up. But I have a kettlebell. It's a little bit heavy for me for this particular movement, but I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna squat all the way down and push it overhead. Let that weight carry you right back down and push. I guess it wasn't as bad as I thought. You can also, I happen to have a plate. This is a plate that has two handles on it. You probably don't have this at home, but if you had a bumper plate, you could do the same thing, even if it's 10 pounds, 15 pounds, whatever it is, and straight overhead, making sure that you're getting your ears all the way, your head all the way through. If you have, whether it's a bag of dog food, some laundry detergent, big bottle of vinegar, anything like that, you can as well use that for those thrusters. Bag of charcoal pellets works well. All the way back down, let the weight carry you right back down and all the way back up. If you have a slam ball, you could use your slam ball for the same thing. Again, these movements are all the same. You're just coming all the way down and all the way through at the top. But if you have your rucksack or your gym bag, you get the picture. Anything, your full squat all the way up and overhead at the top. Those are your thrusters for today.
I'm going to demonstrate a bent over row. I'm going to use a kettlebell. You can use a dumbbell. I'm going to start out, I have my staggered stance. I'm going to pick up the kettlebell. I like to lean forward into my forward knee with my shin perpendicular to the ground, so the weight is directly underneath my shoulder. And I'm going to just pull up and back down. Up and back down. I'm going to keep my elbow in nice and close to my body. You can also do what's named a Pendlay row after the late great Glenn Pendlay. With that, instead of staying nice and strict, you give a little bit of a drive out of your feet to get the kettlebell moving. It's a little more explosive. So I'm not picking up my shoulders, I'm not changing my body angle. But I'm driving into the floor, popping up and back down, and keeping my elbow nice and close and focusing on starting this movement in the muscles in my back. Okay? If I keep my elbow close, my lats get worked, so your lats help to extend your shoulder. Okay? So don't flare it way out to the side, keep it in nice and close. If you don't have a kettlebell or a dumbbell, you can get creative. Here's our bottle of laundry detergent. Same position, forward, front. I'm going to just row, squeezing my shoulder blades together and then pulling up. Think more about muscles in your back than in your arms. So after your required number of reps, you'll switch into the other side, get in that similar position, chest up, and row. If you don't have a heavy bottle of laundry detergent, if you have a rucksack or a gym bag, it'll work as well. to just get creative. If you're working out of your house and you don't have proper equipment, you even go out and get a toolbox, fill it with a bunch of stuff, same position, up and down.
I'm going to start with sit-ups. So if you have an ab mat, you can use your ab mat. Remembering you can frog your legs and shoulders all the way to the ground and sit all the way up. If that's too hard, you can move your feet away or even up, and you can do the sit-up that way, or you can do a crunch. So with these, you're just going to step all the way up, open up, and then you're going to switch legs all the way up. If the box is too high, if your chair is too high for you, you're going to want a stool. But what it will look like is something like this. If the box is too high, you want to be able to stand straight up, open up, and all the way back down. Just like that. A double squat burpee. We're going to start with the burpee, and we're going to come up and we're going to do 2 squats. So it's going to be all the way down. Come up, squat, squat, and repeat. Burpee, squat, squat.
I'm going to demonstrate scorpion on the right and the left side, into cobra, and then back into child's pose. So for the scorpion, you're gonna lay down flat on the ground with your arms on either side. You're gonna lift your right leg up first. You're gonna go over to the left side, trying to keep shoulder contact with the ground and not releasing too far back, but trying to keep the shoulder down on the ground. And then the other leg up and try and get your foot up as high as you can. If your back cracks, it's a plus. Back to center. You're gonna sit up into cobra. You can either do a baby cobra like this, or if you're able, going all the way up, just releasing tension in your core and open up the chest. Then you'll put your knees out wide to either side of you. You're gonna send your hips back, sitting back on your heels, stretching your arms out in front, and then putting your forehead on the ground and letting your head sink through your shoulders.